Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today a very special unboxing, something that came in from White Mountain Knives. Let's take a look. I think I know what it is. It might be a double unboxing. Well, we'll have two separate unboxings when I open this, but I'm pretty sure I know what this is. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so it's a box within a box. Let's see what we got. By the way, today I'm opening up with my WE Knives Mini Malice in the blue, stone-washed, anodized titanium scales, really nice and chamfered. It's a ferrum forge design. Love this little guy. Oops, let's get there. Okay, what am I missing something? Oh, okay, here we go. I was getting the wrong side, I think. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, peanuts. I got a little Civivi, and then we have another knife in there, and I'll hold that one off. We'll put it off to the side. So the first one we're going to open here is a little Civivi. Get the plastic out of this one. So I've been wanting to check this one out, and let's take a look. This is the Qubit, or Qubit. Yeah, I guess Qubit. I don't know how you say it. It's black stonewash 14C28 blade, black aluminum handle. All right, let's take a look at this little guy. Okay, so nice Civivi pouch, reminiscent of the WE Knives pouches. All right, typical. We got stickers and all sorts of stuff in here, and a nice cleaning cloth, which I like to keep. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that because I like to keep it. I like the cleaning cloths. All right, so there we go. All right, put that over there. So we got in a bag here. All right, so this is the Qubit. All right, so you see that it's a deep pocket carry clip, very deep, almost completely hidden. It is a button lock. You can see that nicely rounded, which reminds me a little bit of the ferrum forge, right? With a nice roundedness, about similar in size too. Let's check out the action on this one here. Ready? All right, so looking at the size of the blade, we are, at least as far as cutting edge, it's really close. Now this one has a pretty generous finger choil. This one seems to have a finger choil too, so yeah, pretty good grip there. And you can choke up, you gotta be careful though. But I have medium to medium large hands, so my hands are large widthwise, medium lengthwise. So I've got plenty of room, so extra large, double extra large hands should be able to handle this nicely. Let's feel this, it's nice and round. It goes up, got the little kind of flat thing there going on, but when you squeeze down, no real hot spots that I can tell so far. Let's see, any movement? No, nice and free there. All right, this is brand new knife, so we're just breaking it in here. Let's see this. Now this is a knife I bought. This is not any knife I was given or anything, so we're gonna go ahead and let's see. Nice jimping on top. Some people say that you can open up beer bottles with this. Now I'm not gonna plan to do that, but that sure looks like a beer can opener, doesn't it? But it works to the blade stop. But you know, it could have multi-purpose if you need to open a soda or maybe even a Mexican Coca-Cola, which I love. Those are my favorites. All right, so look at these screws. T8s, that's really nice. Captive pivot, T8 there. I think those are T6. Yeah, T6 is on the pocket clip, and it is reversible. And I think with the Civivi brand, you can get the titanium version of this, which is nice. And this is aluminum scales, and it has a nice feel to it, right? Let's see, any milling on the inside? No, it's actually pretty solid. So it's got a little bit of weight. I mean, for aluminum, it's got a little bit of weight. It's all relative, right? Let's see how it locks up. Locks up well. Let's see, is it centered? I want to say, yeah, it looks pretty centered. It's pretty darn close if it's not. So it locks up really nicely. All right. Nice. Well, we've got a little lock stick, but it's just breaking in right now. That'll kind of work its way through. Now I have some stuff I can use, some powder, PFP powder that I might put in there, and that probably loosen it right up. I don't know if I've used oil before, but I think the powder is going to work much better because I use it on my my Winterblade Co-Factor, and that works really nicely, so I'm suspecting that would be really nice. All right, let's just talk about the knife here. It's nice, looks like a nice little drop point. It's almost a spear point, right? It's almost perfect, but it's not. It's more of a drop point. It seems really close to a spear point in some ways. It does have a finger troll. You could choke up on it. It's got some nice jimping, a very thin blade, very nice. This reminds me of like a baby banter or, you know, something really thin like that for sure. So that's nice. I do like that. It's got nice thumb studs. Let's see here with that flat grind. Can I do middle finger? Yes, I can. Middle finger flick really nicely, especially with the black PVD on there. And I believe that's black PVD. Let's double check that. Aluminum, black aluminum handle. That's all it says. I don't know if it's PVD, but it's enough that it's got nice little traction for reverse flick. Let's see, can we do the left hand? Yeah, we absolutely can do the left hand. And then, of course, then you have the button lock deployment as well. All right, so, and this is, I believe, can we see that? Yeah, right there. 14C28N. So nice budget steel for a knife. This is a great little knife. I think this is definitely something worth people wanting to get. I mean, I can see why people really, really like this. I mean, the value that you get, it's definitely, I would say, I mean, it's not a ferrum forge, right? So if you like the ferrum forge design, which is typical, you see that here, but the value that you get for a very similar size knife here, I think this is incredible. So if you're not wanting to spend over $200, this is a knife you need to look at, because I think we're in the 60s here. And if you use my code, you go to White Mountain Knives, you use the RNK10, you get 10% off. Highly recommend you consider doing that, because you could get 10% off of this. And I suspect it also takes cage ceramic ball bearings. I have a lot of Skiff washers, and matter of fact, I just became a partner with Skiff, and I will be getting a code soon where you can get 10% off your Skiff washers. I'm super excited about that. Once I have that, it'll be in my description down below, and I will be, you know, trying more Skiffs out and more knives as that partnership has started, because I really like Skiffs. I got to tell you, I put them almost in every knife, you know, and I do it just because I enjoy Skiffs. Okay, I would do it no matter what, but I mean, heck, you know, if I get a chance to, in some way, you guys can get a little benefit and it, you know, can help me to the channel, and I can get more Skiffs so I can try more things. I think it's just, it'll be more awesome content, and, you know, maybe potentially figure out something that'll be really nice for you and for your knives. So that's the way I look at it. But I do like Skiffs a lot. All right, so nice knife here, but this is definitely a great knife for the value. I love the roundedness. I love the captive pivot. Let's see what else we got here. When you flick it open, nice rounded, no sharp corners here or here, so it's very comfortable in hand. You can even do a pull cut, right? And you can do a push cut if you had to. Works great left-handed, which really I dig a lot. Easy to reverse flick as well, right? Especially with that, with the button lock, you know, you're not getting in the way. And let's see here, squeeze up here if I choke up. All right, I want to see, can I disengage that knife? No, you're going to have to really push in far to disengage it. And that is, to me, it's almost impossible. I mean, I guess if you squeeze really hard enough, you could. You have to go out of your way. Now, the thing about button locks, I like button locks a lot. I really enjoy carrying them. But if you're looking for a knife that's going to be super hard use, you're going to go out and try to, you know, break logs and stuff like that, don't use a button lock. The design itself is just not meant for whacking hard use kind of crazy stuff. It's an EDC knife. It's a great knife for around the house to do a lot of tasks, right? And it can do a lot of tasks really well. But it is not meant to be like a, you know, a giant, you know, hacking away, hammering away kind of type of lock. Just the spring and the plunge lock that goes in there, the design and the physics of that coming down. You know, if you have a lot of vibration, a lot of impacts and things like that, you can disengage that lock in the perfect order of vibrations. And that's why when people do those whack tests like this, the thing is, with the whack test, you know, if you have the right angle, if you tap it up here, wherever, right angle, fast enough, repetitive enough, maybe light enough where you can get it, the motion going, what happens is this lock is engaged, and if you, like here it is engaged, let's say it's right here, and you tap it, it's gonna start to creep up, right? It'll creep up with that vibration, and then at some point, because the spring is going to push, the spring is pushing it into the engagement, but after a while, you're gonna get past the stop where it's gonna lock, and it's gonna break. And so you get enough vibration. I mean, unless you have a really crazy strong spring in there, which if you do have some issues with it being kind of weak, you can take the knife apart and you can stretch out the spring. Just do it very lightly. Don't go crazy at first, right? And that can make this nice and more resistant. It's not called it's not detent, but it's like a detent, right? It's the plunge lock resistance. It's part of the lock. There's part of the cutout in the blade where it engages. And I would say it's, I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to see it. Let's see. Do you see the little, oh, do we have a flashlight? Let me get my flashlight out here. All right, so I don't know if you can see that. There is a little rounded part, and that's the plunge right there. Now, sometimes, you know, a direct hole into the plunge, but that's just the side of it where it engages. You can almost see where the polished part of it is right there. And what happens is it's gonna vibrate, and it'll eventually come up. And let's look at this. Let's see how the engagement is on the blade. Yeah, so we're at 50%. If you look at that, let me get you at the right angle here. I don't know if we can see that. I'm gonna have to do. Let's see if we can see that here again. All right, you can see that. This nice 50% engagement. That's really nice and solid. So it's a good, solid engagement for a button lock, which means it's going to be nice and solid, nice and strong. And the button, it sticks a little bit right now, but a lot of these guys will just break in really quickly. But I have some, I think it's PTFP. I think that's the name of the powder. It's, I think it's like Teflon or something, but it's better than silicone powder. So it's super, you know, it's like a dry lubricant, and you can put that in things like that. I use it on my Winter Blade Co. Factor, which works really nice on the round bar that engages the lock. I think I'm going to start using it on the plunge locks and see how that goes. And I may do it on this one right here, since I got to do a review on this, right? Excuse me. Now the thing is, hint, hint, this will probably be part of the giveaway that I have. Monday nights I do giveaway, and then I'm trying to start planning for a big giveaway on Monday. You know, we're at 3,300. We're a third of the way, just about, to, we're at 2,300. We're about a third of the way to 3,000. So that's kind of a big deal, which I really appreciate you guys subscribing. Thank you so much. You guys are all awesome. I'm just so humbled by you guys. I can't believe the channel's still growing and you guys are still, you know, tuning in. And I'm very humble. Sorry, guys. Let me take a drink here real quick. Man, sorry to clear my throat during this review, or excuse me, unboxing. But I am very humbled by you guys subscribing and watching the videos. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Just want to say that just means a lot to me, and allows me to keep, you know, doing more things and checking more things out. Now, I will tell you, as far as budget knives, I am thoroughly initially impressed by this a lot. Okay. I tend to go for a little nicer knives, right? But I do like a really good budget knife. And I'm very particular when I check them out. I love my pyrite. And I have a pyrite here, a CJRB, but this is once they had a limited edition, I went ahead and got a limited edition, and I gave away the pyrite that was given to me by CJRB. I had one of the stainless steel ones in the ARRP M9 blade steel, which is awesome. This is S35VN. Love this knife. This knife is great. It's a nice, small, portable, you know, very compact, great little EDC, and the button lock and the thumb studs on this are just phenomenal. This was my favorite. It was a knife of the year last year, matter of fact. So this, however, is really, really quite amazing. Matter of fact, my sister-in-law, who's got kind of some wrist issues, and she does have a button lock knife because that works really well for her. I'm going to ask her to take a look at this after I finish this unboxing, but you know, see her thoughts on it and see if she likes it, because I think this is something would be right up her alley, right? So, really cool little knife. I really like the shape and the size of everything about this knife. This fits really well in my hand. I think it'll fit well in their hands. It's a nice small blade, beautiful flat grind. Love the fact that I can reverse flick that, so you can get my finger in there and do a reverse flick with middle finger flick. So I have multiple choices here. That's really nice, and it does engage really well. Solid lock in there, and then you can see when it comes into that plunge to lock, really nice. Yeah, no detent or detent lash, whatever you want to call it, plunge lash, whatever. So it's in there nice and solid. Let's look at that edge. Edge is really nice and sharp, pretty even all the way on both sides. Yeah, pretty even, really nice. You know, this black PVD coating is really nice. It's all blacked out. You can barely see the 14C28. That's 14C28N right there. I like the thumb studs. Really nice volcano, really easy access, and they work right there along the side. So you just follow that up. Just very similar to the pyrite, right? So definitely a competitor. Let's see. The pyrite's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to have a longer blade for sure. Handle-wise, they're pretty close. Handle-wise, yeah, fairly close on the handle, I think. But I think the Pyrite's just a little bit bigger. Not much at all. But this is a great knife. Just a lot of positives. First experiences. No milling on the titanium, but that's okay. It works because it's aluminum. It's so light as an aluminum knife. And I like the fact that it's aluminum. It's not just G10. So that's a nice touch. And I love the fact lefties, you can flip it. That's really great. Recessed screws. A lot of good access once you get under that clip. It's not super tight, so you can actually use that pretty nicely. And I just put some powder all over the place there. All right, but really nice. I like that. And that lock, yeah, it's already starting. The stickiness that I saw in the first couple of deployments is already going away. And I like the fact you can just, pop it open. That's really nice as well. And it locks in really quick. It doesn't have to bounce or anything like that. It does engage really well. Yeah, this is a really nice little knife. I got to tell you. This is going to be highly recommended. I suspect I'm going to be, we'll handle it, carry it a little bit, get a feel for it and all that. But yeah, highly recommended. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a giveaway, but it's so nice. I might buy it twice so that I can have this. This is the type of This is the type of knife I'd like to have in my car. This is really the type of knife I think would be a great car knife that you can have in there that would be very useful, discreet, really, for whatever you need when you need to cut some things in the car. Now, excuse me, sometimes I do like to get serrated for the cars because sometimes you got to cut things like a saw. So, but I do like this a lot. So that's very cool. All right, so that is the Civivi Qubit. I'm going to tell you, my initial impression is I like this more than the Elementum. This is an Elementum. This trumps the Elementum for sure, in my personal opinion. Now the Elementum was a flipper, but this is really nice. This is really nice. Really nice. And I'll tell you, it's less than 3 inches on the blade, but going from the hilt, it's right at 3 inches. So you got to watch your states. If it's from the top of the scale to the tip, you're right at 3 inches. So you need to make that call. If you're going to do it, you might want to sand down the tip a little bit just to make it just at least 1/10 of an inch shorter. I mean, yeah, 1/10 of an inch shorter, so you're not going to get yourself in trouble. But anyways, yeah, very nice, great action. I'm really enjoying this. All right, so review is coming. This is just initial first impression, unboxing. Hey, if you guys have any questions about this knife, you have any questions about the review, anything about the Qubit you'd like to talk about or ask me about, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions for the channel or myself, please let me know as well. I do try to reply to all the comments. And also, if you have any ideas for Rob's Ramblings, I'd love to hear them from you. A lot of my Rob's Ramblings are even ideas from subscribers, and I appreciate every one of them. I do appreciate you guys comment. I love talking to you guys because I love talking about knives. I would be doing this anyways, because I really enjoy knives. I do. And so this is a lot of fun for me, and I appreciate the ability to share and do this passionately with you guys. So thank you. Hey, if you found this review, this unboxing, if you found it fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows me to produce more content, do more things, and more things for you guys. I really appreciate that. And if you've done all that, maybe consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of future content when I drop it. And if you've done all that, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.